Hey guys, welcome to Sketch Today, where every day I give you something new and exciting about drawing and visual communication. A lot of you have been really interested in the iPad Pro, and I have mine with me today along with my Apple Pencil. So if you've got one, grab it. We'll be sketching a car, and what I'd like to do is show you a really simple and easy way that I like to sketch cars when I'm, just kind of doodling around or noodling around. So grab your tools. You can also use regular pen and paper if you don't have an iPad Pro, so don't feel like you can't follow along today. We won't even be using color. So let's get right to it. So I have here just a standard canvas size setup in Procreate. I'm using Procreate app for iPad, and it's a really awesome app. It's really affordable, not too expensive. I think it's $6. So you have these awesome standard brushes, but I also have my brushes I like to use. So I'm going to start with the HB pencil brush and make sure that my color is set to black. Awesome. Okay. And so the way I like to sketch a car is you can kind of start by sketching an oval or an ovoid. And I like to think of this as representing some kind of form on the page. Now, I wouldn't normally draw this line, for example, but I'll draw that in for you. And that kind of represents my wheelbase. So if I do two ellipses on that line, and then kind of mark where the other wheels would be, I kind of have an idea or a sense of volume, and this is enough to get me kind of started. In fact, because of how this is drawn, what I'm going to do is just kind of cut back here, and you can kind of see, with a few lines, bring this around and down like so. Sorry about my kids in the background, they're just hanging out with me today. But there you have the back of a car. Pretty simple, right? So just with a few lines, sketch the wheels in like so. Okay. And you want to emphasize that perspective, so these lines all appear to converge at some point. Here's the front of my car, like so. Boom. So we have a car. Pretty cool. And hopefully simple enough. I can bring this around and get the rear bumper in there. Get some body lines on the side here, for example. And there I've got a quick sketch of a car. Really, really simple. Now, let's make a new layer and try another oval or shape. So I can start with an oval here, and let's do an ellipse like so, an ellipse like so, and a couple lines out here. We can erase those as needed. And now I'm just going to extend some lines out, okay? But the cool thing again, because I have this oval, is it almost kind of guides my perspective and also my design as I'm going, right? So here's the front of this design over here, and maybe it's a little bit of a kind of a shark-nosed design. I can get my quick headlights in, get some details in here. Maybe this is a little vent of some sort. Carry these lines through the body of my vehicle and sketch back. Okay, get the rims in, and I've got pretty simple and easy sedan. Well, what if I want to sketch an SUV? Well, I can, give myself a little bit more volume, and let's do a little more interesting perspective here. Pretty cool. Okay, and so what I want is to show a little bit more of the wheel well as I'm sketching this out. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rims off here while I think about the design just a little bit. But you can see, if I'm a little bit more angular here, that now I've kind of got this this framework I can work with, right? And that all started from this oval. In fact, the more I fill in this design, the more that oval kind of goes away. And because this is digital, if you wanted to, you could even erase those bits and you're kind of left with your design in the end. So pretty awesome way. It's a little trick I learned when I worked at GM back in 2006 or so as an intern. One of the students there who I'm still good friends with kind of sketched this way, and it was super useful. Now, because this is Procreate, I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of definition to this, and I have my brush here in my new set called a stencil. It's more of an inking brush. So on my new layer here, okay, let's adjust this brush size. So now I can come in, and one of the things with car design is you really want to use as few lines as possible to describe your, what's happening in your sketch. And that's going to just keep things nice and fresh. So as I sketch, for example, this headlight in with my stencil here, just trying to keep these lines nice and clean. And this brush, for me anyways, kind of does that. A few of you have asked if I'll share the brush. Yes, I will. Just give me some time to figure out my other settings and make sure that it's really representative of what I want it to be. I'm still working on my brush set here, so just give me some time and I'll get there, okay? So you can see all from just starting with an oval, which is pretty cool, right? You can really get a car design kind of sketched out fairly quickly. I like to think that it almost helps with the perspective as you're drawing, just to have something on the page, because it really is easy to get a little stressed out when you have to fill that page in and you're constantly thinking about the perspective of what you're doing. It's just nice to have this element on the page that almost acts like a little bit of a reference point as you're drawing. So I'll just fill this in, and those fills I'm really just getting by adjusting the pressure on the Apple Pencil. Okay, so press a little harder and I get a heavier line weight. And one of the reasons I really like Procreate right now is in the preferences of the app, you're actually able to turn off palm detection entirely, so that as I'm sketching, I can literally rest my hand here and it's not picking anything up. Really cool. Really cool. So hopefully other apps will catch up soon, your apps that you like to use. But that is one of the things I really like about Procreate right now, is the fact that I do have that excellent palm rejection built in to the app. So let's just get these mirrors in here, nice and loose, and get the rest of our, I kind of like that detail, whatever it is. So much of car design is kind of emotional, I think. It's also functional, right? You want to think that this can fit people in it, of course, but a lot of it is kind of the emotion of the sketch or the design as you're going. So car design's fun. Maybe that's why I like to kind of do it as I'm doodling or just kind of noodling around on my tablet or what have you. So add some details in the lights there, maybe a little heavier line weight on this grill, for example. And we're almost done, guys. This is, you know, like I said, coming from that sketch. So I'm at a point where I could add some color and really kind of pop this sketch and have something cool hopefully come out of it. But again, that's just from starting from that ellipse, right? Think of simple ways to help you understand the world around you. And that's really a lot of what sketching is, creating symbols and means of communicating concepts, ideas, worlds, you name it, to whoever's looking at your work. Well, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you've picked up something useful for the iPad Pro. Again, that's just using simple techniques, simple brushes in Procreate app, and you can do it too. If you don't have the iPad Pro, you can also use your Surface Pro or what are your favorite digital tablet, or just regular old pen and paper. The principles apply. If you like what you see, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/sketchaday.com. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the little circle here on the bottom, little logo, and that'll allow you to subscribe to this video. And what that gets you is updates. So whenever I post, you'll get a notification that says, hey, you've posted, especially if you use the mobile app for YouTube, which is awesome, by the way. You can find me on Instagram at instagram.com/sketchaday.com, where I post work and sketches that may not be here on the YouTube channel. You can also find me at Daily Sketches on Twitter or facebook.com/sketchaday. You can interact with me there. Facebook's a little weird though, so when you do click like, be sure to go to the main page, click liked or like, and there'll be a drop down. Go to the notifications section and pick all the options, hit OK. And that way when I do a live stream or any other interesting posts on Facebook, you'll actually get a notification as part of the community. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys next time right here on Sketchaday.